The Dawn's Tales.
Part 1. The night I became somebody. They say power doesn't come overnight. Whoever said that never saw a man take it by force. It was 1951, Brooklyn. The kind of night that smelled like gasoline and sin. Rain fell like God was washing the city clean, but some stains don't come out. I was 22, standing behind the Blue Room Jazz Club, blood on my cuffs, a .38 still hot in my hand, and the boss's son lying face down in the gutter. They'll call that a mistake. I call it my beginning. Before that night, I was invisible. Another kid running errands for men who didn't remember my name. They called me Nicky the Ghost. Not because I disappeared, but because people forgot I was there until I wasn't. Brooklyn was alive back then. Neon signs bleeding into puddles, jazz crawling out of basement doors, money whispering from every pocket, and behind every glass of whiskey and every smile at the table, someone was holding a knife just out of sight. I used to think I wasn't made for this life. Now I realized this life was already made for me. When I pulled that trigger, I didn't just kill a man. I killed the version of me that still believed in getting out clean. After that, there was no turning back, only forward, deeper, louder. That night, under the rain and the neon, Nicky the Ghost died, and someone else, someone the city would learn to fear, was born. Part 2. The business of survival. When you pull a trigger, you stop belonging to the world. But when you keep breathing after it, the world starts belonging to you. The morning after the shooting, Brooklyn looked different. The same streets, the same faces, but every shadow was staring back. I wasn't running, I wasn't hiding, I was waiting. For what? Even I didn't know. By noon, word spread. The boss's son was gone, and I was still here, alive. That alone made me dangerous. The city doesn't care why you survive, it only cares that you do. And when it notices you, it doesn't look away. That week, doors started opening. Men who never remembered my name suddenly nodded when I passed by. A look, a gesture. That's how power starts. Quiet, invisible, like smoke before fire. I began working for men who paid in fear and silence. Simple jobs, they said. Deliver this, collect that. But nothing's simple when the money's dirty and the hands passing it are clean. The first time I collected, I didn't use my fists. I didn't need to. Sometimes all it takes is standing close enough for someone to feel that you've already buried worse men than them. Money came slow, then faster. It always does when you stop asking where it's from. Days bled into nights. I stopped counting. The city started whispering my name in the kind of tone you only use for ghosts and saints. And I understood. Survival wasn't luck. It was skill. The art of keeping your heart beating while everyone around you forgot how. The more I survived, the less I recognized the man who used to be grateful for it. Part 3. The lesson in loyalty. They say loyalty is everything, but that's only true for the ones who die before they're betrayed. For the rest of us, loyalty is just another business expense, a word you use to buy time before someone sharper takes it from you. In those days, I worked under men who thought fear was loyalty. They confused silence for respect and obedience for faith. But fear fades fast when it stops getting paid. Brooklyn was split between men who ruled and men who followed. I didn't want to be either. I wanted to be the one who chose which side, kept breathing. Every night, I walked the same streets, the same alleys where power traded hands in whispers. Neon lights flickered like dying stars, and every shadow had a story it didn't want told. I started learning the rules, not the ones they talked about, the real ones, the kind written in blood and erased with money. Rule 1, don't mistake friendship for loyalty. Friends laugh with you. Loyal men hide your sins. Rule 2, never owe a man who can't look you in the eyes. He's already decided what your life is worth. Rule 3, when everyone starts calling you reliable, it means they've stopped seeing you as human. By then, I was making more money than I could count, but it never felt like mine. Every dollar came with a shadow attached, and every shadow wanted something back. One night, I stood on the roof of my building, looking down at the city. The rain was soft, almost kind. Funny thing, the city only feels alive when it's trying to kill you. That's when I understood what loyalty really was. It wasn't about trust, or family, or honor. It was about survival, theirs or mine. And if you ever have to choose yours. Because in this life, the only man who will dig your grave is the one who used to call you brother. Part 4, the spark of ambition. Power doesn't arrive all at once. It seeps in, quiet, patient, like smoke under a door. You don't notice it until the room starts to choke. I began seeing things differently. The streets I used to walk felt smaller. The faces that once looked down on me now stepped aside. Fear. It had a shape. And for the first time, it looked a little like me. Money came faster. Cigars replaced cigarettes. Whiskey replaced sleep. And the city, the same one that used to spit me out, was now whispering my name in back rooms and alleyways. They called me dependable. They called me valuable. But behind every compliment, I could hear something else breathing. Jealousy, envy, hunger. The Bellagio Club became my second home. Red velvet curtains, brass music, perfume, and lies. Politicians toasted beside killers. Cops took envelopes with trembling hands. And everyone smiled like they'd forgotten how to pray. That's when it hit me. The streets didn't feed the city. The city was the streets, wearing silk and pretending it was clean. I watched the men who ran this world. The bosses, the dons, the ones who never touched a gun. They had what I wanted. Control. Not power through fear, but power through necessity. They didn't demand respect. They owned it. And I wanted it too. Not the money, not the women, not even the thrill. Just the silence when you walk into a room and every man knows exactly who you are. That silence became my addiction. I thought it was pride, but it was something worse. It was ambition, the kind that eats everything good you ever were and calls it progress. In this life, you don't chase power. You trade parts of yourself for it, piece by piece, until there's nothing left worth buying. And the worst part, you don't even notice the deal until the ink's already dry. Part 5. The fall begins. Power has a way of smiling before it bites. You start thinking the city belongs to you until it reminds you you're just another tenant paying rent in blood. I had everything. Money that never stopped counting. Women who said they loved me in languages I didn't understand, and a name that made men drop their eyes. But the higher you climb, the more you hear the cracks beneath your feet. They start quiet. A whisper, a laugh behind a closed door. And then one day they sound like gunfire. The first sign was silence. Calls that didn't come. Meetings that ended too fast. Favors that used to be returned with smiles now came with stares. In this world, you never get stabbed in the dark. You get kissed on the cheek first. The Don started looking at me the way a man looks at a loaded gun. Useful, but safer when empty. And the men who once called me brother started counting how much I was worth if I wasn't breathing. They say betrayal feels sharp. It doesn't. It feels slow, like watching a ship sink from the shore, knowing you're still on it. I could feel the city changing again, the same lights, the same streets. But colder now, hungrier. Even the rain sounded different, like it was washing away the names it no longer needed. I told myself I was ready, that I'd seen it coming. But no one's ever ready to learn that the empire they built was never really theirs. That night, I drove through Brooklyn alone. No music, no headlights, just the hum of the engine and the weight of 1,000 bad decisions rattling in the glove box like ghosts. And somewhere between the silence and the storm, I realized you don't fall in this life. You get pushed. And the hands that push you always feel familiar. Part 6, The Reckoning. There's a moment when every man realizes he's not writing the story anymore. He's just part of someone else's ending. The city was quieter now. Or maybe I'd gone deaf from all the noise I made trying to be heard. Everywhere I went, eyes followed. Not with fear, not even respect, just calculation. Everyone was doing the math on how long I had left. Money didn't mean safety anymore. Guns didn't mean power. Even fear had stopped listening. I wasn't a man anymore. I was a headline waiting to happen. They started taking pieces of me. First the businesses, then the men. Then the streets that once whispered my name started saying it like a curse. I tried to fight it. You always do. You tell yourself you can still fix it. That one more move, one more night, and you'll crawl out of the grave you built. But you can't fix something that's already decided to bury you. The reckoning doesn't come with a warning. It comes quiet, like rain before thunder. One night, the city just changes its mind about you. I found myself back where it all began. Mulberry Street. The same cracked pavement. The same rain hitting the same tin roof. Only this time, it wasn't washing anything clean. It was washing me away. They say when you lose everything, you finally see what really mattered. But that's a lie. When you lose everything, you stop seeing altogether. That night, I understood. The city doesn't destroy you because it hates you. It destroys you because it wants to forget you ever existed. And when it's done, the rain keeps falling like it's practicing for the next name on the list. Part 7, The Price of Power. They say every king ends up buried the same way as the beggar. Same dirt, same silence, different suit. I used to think power would make me untouchable. But power doesn't protect you. It isolates you, one brick at a time, until the walls you built to keep everyone out become the walls that keep you in. Now the city sleeps without me. The clubs I used to own play music for strangers. Men I made rich now toast to my absence. And the rain. It still falls the same way it did the night I began. I live above a diner now. The roof leaks, the coffee's cheap. And the only thing that visits me more than regret is the sound of the past tapping on the window. Sometimes I hear it, the echo of footsteps that should have stopped long ago. Voices of men who aren't here anymore, reminding me that you never really escaped the things you've done. You just run out of ways to justify them. I used to believe power was about control, but power is just the right to choose who gets hurt next. And in the end, the only person left to hurt is yourself. They called me Nicky the Ghost. Maybe they were right, because ghosts don't die. They just haunt the things they couldn't hold on to. If you ever walk down Mulberry Street and the rain feels heavier than it should, that's not a weather. That's memory. That's what it costs to take what isn't yours. That's the price of power.